Hi Taylor, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So you're applying to be an operations manager for our company?
Yeah, that is right. I'm very interested in working with Amazon and working within operations management.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Taylor Garrett, and I recently graduated from the University of Arizona with a dual major in MIS and operations management. Throughout my college experience, I was really involved with the Zimmerman Scholars Program, where I got the opportunity to network with other MIS majors and to network with other MIS professionals and operations management professionals as well.
And why do you want to work for us?
I would like to work with Amazon because it's a company that I've always looked up to. It's a company that has inspired me to pursue operations management. The way that they structure their company, the way that they try to implement services in every part of someone's life. For example, how you guys have online services for groceries, online services for TV shows and movies. I would just really like to work for a company that strives to be a part of someone's everyday life.
Okay. And what makes you qualified for this position?
What makes me qualified is in the past I've worked with Hilton, which is a large hotel company here in the U.S. and around the world. I was involved with the food and beverage service, and I worked closely with managers to help them predict basically the flow of the restaurant. I worked as a server, a host, and sometimes even a shift manager at times to help get things that needed to be done, including predicting the forecast and the flow.
Yeah, I saw on your resume that it said you helped analyze the occupancy rate reports and the flow of the restaurant's traffic. And can you tell me more about your experience with that?
Sure. So one way, the majority of the time that I got this information was that I would go up to the front desk before my shift and talk to them and find out how many people were staying in the hotel that night. And based on that number, there's a percentage that we use based on the time of year to determine our capture ratio. And we implement that number into our restaurant's flow, so we can figure out exactly how much we should be expecting, and also the locals that will be coming into the restaurant as well, so we can be fully prepared for that night.
With this position, we require leadership. You'd have to manage 300 employees. Can you tell me about a time you had to take on a leadership role?
Sure. In the past, I've had to take many leadership roles when I was serving in the lobby lounge. Actually, since we are in the lobby lounge, we are managed by the same manager that is managing the restaurant next door. So for the most part, we are on our own, managing ourselves, because the restaurant does get a little bit more business than we do. So in those cases, when there is issues that arise with customers or just the flow of, or honestly just anything that goes on out in the lobby, I have to, one of us, which is usually two of us, have to take care of it. And since I've been there for the past 3 years, I am the oldest employee in the lobby lounge. So for the majority of the time, I take care of those issues because the managers are sometimes too busy to get to that.
What's your biggest weakness?
So my biggest weakness is my attention deficit disorder. Growing up as a kid, I've always had problems with paying attention and staying on one thing at a time. Some ways that I've been working on this issue is by just secluding myself in areas where it's really quiet, so I can focus on things and get my tasks done at a reasonable time. And honestly, that's the best way to defeat this problem that I've had.
Can you tell me about a stressful situation you had while working at the Hilton and how you handled it?
Yeah, there was one time at the Hilton. It was probably about 3 years ago, and the electricity to the hotel completely went out, and there were 300 people that had just gotten out of a convention in one of the big conference rooms, and we were one of the only bars open at the time. And with the electricity being down, that means all of our point of sale systems were down. So we had no access to our cash register, and we had no access to our credit card machines. And this made it very difficult to keep track of people's tabs, and also to have to basically have people pay us for what they were ordering. And so in that situation, we worked together as a team to effectively organize their orders as much as possible by writing them down, and by getting their room numbers, and working closely with the managers at the time. And after a couple hours, the power did turn on, and we sorted things out as much as we could. And in reality, we just did the best we could in that situation. And just staying together and working as a team is what really helped us get through.
Can you tell me more about your involvement with the Zipperman's program?
Sure. As a Zipperman Scholar in the Zipperman Scholars Program, I basically worked with other MIS majors and operations management majors, and we got the opportunity to go to various workshops and work with other MIS and operations management professionals, and they gave us tips and taught us different things about our majors, and also prepared us for different job opportunities that would come to arise to us as we came close to graduation.